Good morning. If you haven't gotten too tired of me, that is. No, it's fine. I mean, look at you. You're a sight for sore eyes, and if it doesn't get on your nerves, then bonus for me. Cha-ching. You're cute like that. You know the reason why I always wake you up like this? Nostalgia. Do you remember that time when we first met? Wasn't under the best circumstances. But right now, it's different. You and I were equals, at least on some capacity. Even if you might be dangerous, so am I. But that danger is what adds to our relationship, wouldn't you say? If there wasn't that danger, then what would we really be doing with ourselves? You and I? Don't tell me I made such a fool of you last time that you came back looking for more of that. Come on, you know last time was different. Every day we learn something, don't we? And you? I like to take a closed-door policy with you when it's not games or vices. And staring you in the eyes, even though I can't see you. But you can still feel the warmth. I can see you in some way. That soul of yours. It's different, isn't it? The you and I gets blended all together, swished around a bit, and then suddenly you have a good time, right? Come on. Don't give me that look. It's a sexy look, don't get me wrong, but the way you're looking at me, damn. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you want something from me. What's that? Want me to take care of you? Maybe get even closer. Maybe what you want is here. To be shoved against the wall. Pinned down? I deserve that one. Of course, it only makes you more enticing. Don't forget to value yourself now. If you don't, I'll remind you. Again and again. And here, because I don't want you to see me like this. Here is your own eye patch. Blindfold, but it goes over your eyes. Same thing. You get the idea, right? Now you don't have to look at my gorgeous face. You can simulate what it's like. Well, not quite what it's like, but just a little bit, right? Sorry if it's not taking you too serious. It's just right now, I thought you might appreciate it. A little blindfold play. It's a little different than mine, isn't it? Because I can sense you. I know exactly where you are, what you're doing, how you're feeling, how your heart is beating, how your mind is wandering. No, it's no power. That's just me noticing you're fairly obvious to read. I think you knew that from the start, though, didn't you? You being obvious was just too delicious to pass up. Teasing is just half the fun, right? You enjoy it just as much. Or you could pretend that you don't. It's just, the more you do, the more I'm inclined to tease even more. Even more so to then, and then I'll make it a extra good morning, if you know what I mean. Oh, you know what I mean. Don't enjoy getting pushed around by a hot guy too much. Oh, did I call you out? I could call you out on other things. Like how you think about me sometimes. And I can tell by reading the mood, reading the air, and reading those cute little lips that you want me to kiss you like this. Want to know a secret, though? It's not just you who wants that kiss. Not even slightly. You see, this kiss between us is something special. There's magic in feelings. Magic that could only ever be taken most serious. That's why I'll kiss you again. Proof of concept, of course, but... No, this one didn't serve a purpose beyond my own greed to taste your saliva against mine. Do you know how much more I can make you feel just with the slightest touch? Don't you realize it? You have that power just the same. You make me feel a lot of different things. You make me feel like I'm human again. I'm not saying that I'm not. It's just more like a splitting hairs kind of thing, right? When you get to be the pinnacle of something, well, the world looks a lot different. So much so you want to close your eyes, you want to hide away. And you're afraid of what happens if you open your eyes. What happens if you stop being you because you're new and remodeled, or rather, you get too good for your own good. And then what happens? Everyone wants a slice of that ass. Or in my case, they just want power, but, well, you could put it a lot of ways, couldn't you? I certainly do. The difference being that I really don't like to think about it. Not for too long, at least. The more I do, the more I think, wow, what if I lose that sense of familiarity with you and I actually get a little scared. Not a lot of things can scare you when you're untouchable, when you're the best, but sometimes being the best is just the worst. It's just forcing you, your head underwater, with expectations and, well, a lot of things to watch out for. Truth be told, I think it's easier being average. Easier being teensy bit below both of us. Now, I'm not saying you're quite in the same boat, but you are exceptional. Exceptional enough people would want something from you. And once people take, they aren't afraid to take more and more and more, until there's that question in the back of your mind if you're really like them. Are you really like those people who want everything for you? You have to remind yourself that you are just like them, that you have to be greedy in your own right. The moment you cease to do that is the moment when you stop being human. And that might not seem like the worst for a lot of people. Just look at all of the dark, storied past this world has. How many people back then thought exactly what I'm thinking now and ended up as the Sukunas of the world? Well, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be the worst, right, to be a legend. But I've got you to worry about now, so if it happens, it'll most likely happen in some kind of twisted, well, twist, of course. A twist to the story that we're writing right now. Of course, you've kept me in line pretty good. It almost makes me wonder if you've got ulterior motives for romancing me. Then again, you seem too simple to hold those, so either there's two things. Either someone's manipulating you, which would be dastardly, or maybe, just maybe, there's something more to this little plan, and that it's not a plan at all, and you're just a dumbass, but a lovable one. No, that's not to say you're not smart. In fact, I'd say you're one of the most smart people that I know. It's just, You don't have the scope nor the scale to deal with any of this. And I understand those differences between us, and it's kind of sad, but at the same time, it's a little endearing. You bring me down from my pedestal and always give me something that I didn't expect. And I love that about you. I love that mystery you entail by being the simple, straightforward person you are. You might not feel like it sometimes, but to me, I understand you. But at the same time, I don't. I love that fact. Love, love, love it. And I love getting close like this too, because when you make that slightly shocked expression, when you feel my breath on your neck and you don't know what to do with it, where to put your hands, where to put your eyes, well, especially when I'm shirtless like this, in nothing but my nighties, as they might say. This is a compromising position, isn't it? Don't worry, we're not sweating yet. And even if we were, then I'm certain you wouldn't mind, would you? I mean, come on. You can think of worse things than being sweaty and close to a shirtless hottie like me, right? Cute, if not a bit naive. Don't lose that naivete. Well, I wouldn't steal it away from you, just encourage it a little. Of course, I might steal other things like this kiss, or that waist of yours. If I pull you in like this, then you can feel how warm I am. Then you might feel compelled to put those arms around me. You might even be compelled to continue this conversation under the blankets or without them at all. I wonder which one suits you more, though those pajamas of yours kinda suit you. Those clothes, just the right mix of naivete and fascination. Your style is quite telling, you know. I can't tell whether you're trying to make me think one way or the other. Is it to think or to feel? Which one is better? What do you think? I go back and forth, honestly. Do you focus on your mind or your heart? Both of them seem like a puzzle piece waiting, but missing one singular, crucial, important piece. Because if you ever were to finish the puzzles, there'd be no meaning in anything. Then what happens? You get bored with life and do something you'll regret, right? I don't really feel like regretting right now. Maybe someday I will, but for now, the only thing I want to regret is doing something stupid with you. Nah, even then, don't think I would ever regret it so much as just think of, hey, maybe I could do something even more stupid with you. Until we're both doing something so stupid that we question how we ever got there in the first place. And even then we just tame each other. I guess you could put it that way. You've got a mouth on you. I like that spitfire attitude sometimes. Even if it doesn't come across that way, I can tell what you're thinking. Just a little bit. No, I wouldn't spoil it. It'd send chills down your spine and probably make me seem a little more scary if I did. Plus, I don't make a habit of reading into people's existence. Isn't it creepy? I've always thought so. If I were to read into someone so much, I'd know almost everything about them, past, present, and future. And why would I want to ruin and spoil all those surprises? It's like playing a video game with the cheats on. It just spoils the entire feeling of it. Why break the difficulty? Steal away your own fun. I don't like that kind of vibe. Makes me think, well, makes it feel like real life. I don't want to use cheat codes. If anything, I want the extra hard difficulty in the least advantageous situation. Maybe a few advantages here and there, like getting to hear your sweet voice in the morning like this, like getting to whisper in your ear like this, or even going so far as to say that I might have feelings for you, that this might be love in some capacity. But what if I told you love is something that is fleeting? Love is something that hurts, bites, and sometimes scratches at the surface of something a lot darker than that. Do you know how many curses were born of love? It's ironic, isn't it? Something that almost everybody strives for, everybody wants, is one of the most dangerous emotions, feelings. They're volatile things. And if I were to fill in that puzzle piece, so to speak, and trust my brain unendingly, then emotions would be my enemy. I don't want them to be. I'm in that perfect balance within the chaos, where I'm not quite all I could be. And I like it that way. I think I'm a much more interesting person for it too, if you think about it. Look at me. Where would I be if not wasting my time with you? I could be changing the world, making it a better place, doing a million altruistic goals that I don't care about. But that would matter to my logic. Knowing the right choice, it doesn't always make it worth it to you. And that's just the beauty of being human, right? There's some interesting side ideals and feelings that always creep up in. But by having you always throw a wrench into things, that mixture of good and evil makes me really interested in you. Not only for the reason that you might think, but because you're technically my enemy. If you want to go and split hairs about it, there's people who believe I should probably just end you here and now. But why would I listen to those boring people? And besides, didn't I just tell you? I care about you, silly. Even if everybody told me to do something. If I don't care about the choice, no matter how right it is, it doesn't matter to me. It's just pointless meandering over a subject that they can care about all they want. And if they'd like to try and hurt you, they can try and go through me. I've heard that a few times they tried to send a certain someone who probably wants me dead anyways. They might try and send. No, I don't like talking about ghosts. I mean, I could, but ghosts are pointless to talk about. Well, there's a few people who are on my level, I guess, in some capacity. They seem to think they could threaten you and threaten me by proxy. Anyone who does that, though, would be making me their enemy, and I don't think they would like that very much. So what we have is this uncomfortable stalemate, just the way I like it. What, are you worried? Don't think I can protect you? Come now. Don't take me as a fool. I would never let anything happen to you. Unless I wanted to. But at that point, wouldn't it be over? Would you have any regrets? If it's me who does you in, wouldn't there be some sort of poetic, romantic justice? Of course I'm not suggesting that, come on. I'm not some kind of brute who's gonna hurt you. Well, maybe a spank or two. What? I have a few ideas myself, and even if I didn't, I'm sure you do, judging by that expression. What's the matter? Every single time we end up looking this way. Well, figuratively looking, you get the idea. But every single time, it seems like there's something more to this relationship. Something more for people to watch out for. But then again, who ever cared about the people? People are just people. Nothing more or less. Just an endless body of functioning cells. I don't know why people place so much value on souls or condemn curses. You know, even if people want to say and define what is good and evil as a society, what if I disagree? What if I completely disagree? Then what makes me any different than a villain? What makes you any different than a hero? Just because someone is a curse or a human or an exorcist are different, varying things. That's not all there is to the story, you know. That's what makes it so beautifully diverse. And that's why we ended up like this. Is it strange? You and I, we have so many things that are anything but common. But even then, there's a lot of people that look at us and they frown and they scowl and they always have something to say. But what does that have to say about their lives? That they're so bored, so empty, so shallow, that they're so focused on others. It almost makes me wonder why I protect certain people. But you, it's that carnal innocence but truth about you. You couldn't lie to me if you tried. Well, I guess you could, but it wouldn't go anywhere, would it? But I'd let you lie to me. And you know why? Because I'd like to see different sides to you. I'd like to see you wallow like a fish out of water. Not because I want to see you cease or choke on the air, but because I think it would be interesting to make you just a bit flustered. Just a little bit of a struggle. One that you deserve. Of course, I would save you from anything. But I'm also a bit of a sadistic individual, in that I would never, ever let you go. Now that might be as much a promising aspect as it is a curse in and of itself. Because I am one stone throw away from being no different than Sukuna himself. We are antithesis, but at the same time, there's no one else except maybe you that I could relate to more. The pinnacle of something, the epitome of something. Existence is troubling, to say the least. Because my existence, and your existence, or Sukuna, or anyone else for that matter, everyone has their own simple goals, right? But what if your goals transcend what you want them to? They encroach on a feeling that's uncomfortable. They go too far into that puzzle piece until it's solved and there's nothing left. I'll never be someone like that. And you have my promise, I will always be precisely as I am. Because stagnation, sloth, whatever you want to call it, it's better than the alternative. And right now, right like this, I can see it in your eyes. You have so many questions, so many feelings, so many thoughts. But I won't peek at them. Because I want to find them out the old-fashioned way. Why cheat on the test when I can enjoy every little problem? Tender inch by inch and thought by thought. Bated breath by bated breath. I want to see you when I unravel those secrets. Do you think we'll be closer for it? Or maybe mortal enemies? Truth be told, I couldn't care less. As long as you're mine, that's all that matters. I told you, I warned you I was sadistic about it. I never once said I was a good guy, nor did I say that I was going to be anything other... Oops, I almost said too much. Well, you probably know it without me finishing that sentence. But you should already know that the differences between me, you, and anyone else is just semantics. Nothing matters at all. Nihilism. If nothing matters, then why should I care? Why should I act? Why should I save? Why should I kill? All of these are pointless until you insert your own meaning. And I want you to be my meaning. Isn't that romantic in and of itself? Won't you be my meaning for continued existence? My interest, as well as my obsession. If I put all of these on you, can you really handle it? Or is it being like me just too much for you? Do I scare you? Do I make you feel loved, safe, in danger? It doesn't really matter which ones you said yes to in your mind. By the way, I can see it in your eyes. I didn't even cheat. That's just me knowing you for this long. Well, this long, I suppose, is a relative term. But right now, right like this, there's nothing more I want to do than see you gasp, see you look at me with those gorgeously delectable eyes. I want to see you unravel from the pressure like a diamond in coal. I want to see you shine, slowly, surely, in every other way. So, won't you be everything to me? Won't you let me be a little toxic just for you? So I say, but is a perfect neutral really toxic? Then again, I might be a little biased in wanting to spoil you. After all, there's so little of me that wants the conflict with you. I get conflict everywhere I go. But with you, it's different. It's not really a conflict so much as it is a mystery. You are so mysterious. In a sexy way. If I'm being honest. Just keep being you and swear on your life you'll never stop. Don't tell me that somehow got you in the mood. Want some cuddles? Want some more? Doesn't really matter which one you choose as long as you choose to be with me. Of course, you could just walk out the door. It's just, would you really be satisfied with that answer? Not getting to solve this mystery of what happens with me and you, enemies turned lovers. What do you think? To what end? You think we'll ever be able to be like a normal couple? God, I hope not. I want to be anything but normal. But it's ironic. Because you make me feel so damn. What I was saying? Well, wouldn't you like to know? If you want to so badly, then do something about it.